welcome back to another video, and today we are talking about the longest saga transfer rumour of the summer, which is of course Jadon Sancho. Now there seems to be a little bit more news and updates regarding this, because for weeks it had gone stale in terms of there was no updates, but I just don't think there was a lot really for anyone to report. Now Fabrizio Romano has been talking, there's been Rob Dawson talking, I mean James Ducker's been talking as well, and they're all pretty much saying pretty much the same sort of stuff in regards to Jadon Sancho coming to Manchester United. They're all now saying that the fee, that the agent's fee and the players' fees have all been agreed for him to come to Manchester United, and it is just the transfer fee pretty much that needs to be sorted out for him to come to Manchester United. Now we spoke about this quite a few weeks ago, and I said that if we do in fact agree a fee with Dortmund for Jadon Sancho, then he will come to Manchester United. If we do pay the amount of money that they want for the player, which seems to be in around 110 million or about 120 million euros, is it, or something like that. If we pay that sort of money, then Dortmund will accept. I'm sure they will. They're a selling club. They've sold a lot of good players in the past. We've bought Kagawa off them in the past, when quite a few years ago. They've sold umpteen players over the years. Some players going to obviously Bayern Munich and whatnot, but these are all real top journalists out there that are reporting this. Now there is obviously the problem with agreeing this fee, and it was James Ducker who said that it's not going to be straightforward, and the other two are pretty much saying the same thing. It's going to be hard, and the reports are that Manchester United do not want to pay over the odds in this coronavirus situation, which I can understand. But if we don't pull our fucking finger out and get this deal done next summer, it's not going to be the same. Manchester United should be exploring this transfer market, because you're looking at next season with Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich probably all going hot on these type of signings. Probably even Liverpool will as well. And it was, I mean, just look at what Chelsea have done to improve their side. 6 or 7 players have come in to the team, and they've really backed Lampard to the hill. And Manchester United could quite easily have done the same. We've got enough funds to buy these type of players, and fucking around over 5-10 million, and then sometimes ending up paying the transfer fee is ridiculous, really. Just get the guy in, he will elevate Manchester United to the next level, and just be fucking done with it. I mean, don't kid yourselves on the game last night, England and Denmark, where everyone's talking about the fact that he's shit. Well, he's not shit. England is shit. Southgate's shit. I mean, you look at that midfield, fucking absolutely horrendous. No one's fucking any good for England against anyone decent, are they? And we know that Sancho's good. He's got, what, 17 goals and about 20 assists in the Bundesliga. We've gone over this before. It's fucking great. It really is. He's one of the top young players in Europe. Only 20 years of age. Probably about the 4th or 5th for me, best youngster in Europe for me. There are some really good youngsters at this moment in time in Europe, but he's well up there. He may not be a starter for Manchester United when he comes in, if he does come in, but that doesn't matter, to be honest. I mean, straight away we've got so many games coming up. We've got the Premier League starting, and then straight after that the League Cup starting, and there's going to be a shit ton of games coming up for Manchester United, with Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup. It's all going to be crammed in this season, and along with that we've got more internationals coming up, and some of these players are going to need a rest, because if these players are playing for England, the likes of Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford, then we might have to give them a rest in some league games, or in some cup games, and you're going to be able to rotate with 4 good forwards. Fergie always had fucking 4 good forwards. I mean, you look at how good our front 3 was at one point, with Tevez, Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney, and then we went out and fucking signed Dimitar Berbatov. I mean, it's crazy to think that the players that Sir Alex kept churning in and rotating and bringing new players in and kicking other players out that were potentially coming to the end of their time, kept constantly done it. And you've got to bring new players in. Man City have had that. They've had the likes of Leroy Sané, Riyad Mahrez, players like that sitting on the bench over the last few years. And Manchester United need to really get to that level if we want to challenge on more than one front. But it does look like there is some more breakthrough in this. But then again, we sort of heard this news sort of about a month or more, whenever I reported about a month ago, that the deal was pretty much that the fee, the agent fee and the players' sort of contract sort of with his wages and all the structure was there to be. He was happy with that and everything. We thought that before, and then it sort of changed to where people saying it was the agent fees and the wages and that weren't there yet and stuff. But I don't think a lot of these journalists and that actually really were actually completely sure on it, to be honest. And some people were just coming out with the news that the deal was done. A lot of people on Twitter that just don't know anything, that aren't journalists. And to me, I was just waiting to hear from these credible sources, because to be honest, I'm not just going by what just people think and are saying on Twitter that have got no blue tick, that are just bullshitting you and saying it's done, and then when they get if it does happen, then they think that they're the dog's bollocks, don't they? But not everyone gets everything right. We do know that, but these three people are credible journalists and in the know, in my opinion. I think the likes of James Ducker and Rob Dawson, they report on stuff that is going to happen most of the time. I mean, it is. I mean, sometimes you do get it wrong, and then you look like an idiot. But some of these journalists do put their neck on the line sometimes and say things that don't end up happening. But I mean, this has probably gone up from probably a 6 or 7 out of 10 to maybe an 8 out of 10 now, that it could potentially happen again. But it all swings around about. I mean, next week it could be that Dortmund are definitely not going to sell and Manchester United won't pay the fee. So we will just have to wait and see. But there is an agreement in place, obviously, with the player, the agent's fee and all that has been agreed. So it does look a little bit better, to be honest, because we've got to get these fucking things done. I mean, just pay the fucking transfer fee, just get it done, get a structure done, whether you're paying it up front or whether you're paying it in instalments or whatever Dortmund want. Just get the fucking thing done, get it signed, get the player in, so that then he can play, maybe make his debut in the League Cup against Reading or against Luton. That would be a nice game for him to make his debut against, if we can do it. And it will be all that bittersweet, the fact that Manchester United will be nabbing him from the clutches of where he originally started his career at Man City. Really didn't actually make his first team debut there, it was at Dortmund, but that was where he was actually from, played in their academy. And it's just great if he comes to Manchester United. They've lost out on the player. Pep Guardiola didn't play the guy, so that will make it even more sweet for me. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. A lot of people think this deal will now happen. I'm still touch and go whether it's going to happen, but it is a lot more likely now. It seems more likely that it could happen. Like the video if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it on Facebook, please do hit the share button, and if you are watching it on Facebook, head over to All Things Man United on YouTube and hit the subscribe button there and turn notifications on. And I'll be posting a lot more videos over the coming weeks. Hopefully there will be some more updates regarding this and regarding other stuff. And it is only a week or so, just over a week away from the start of the Premier League season. So come on United, let's get off to a winning start. And I'll talk to you all again soon. See you.